turn up.
What's up? What's up, fam? What's up? Man, it's good to be back. Really good to be back. It's been a minute. Been a minute since I showed face like this, personal, face to face, you feel me? But I figured it's about time, you know? It's been a journey. It's been a journey so far, and I'm gonna get into a little bit of my last week or so because it is a valuable teaching moment, not only for myself, but for all of you guys. So with that said, I also have good news, which I will save it for the end of the video. So if you want to skip all this educational shit, get to the end. It's all good. Fast forward. All right. I'm going to be explaining a little bit about my grand opening. But to start off, man, when I tell you my life's been a crazy, crazy ass journey, I'm not playing. And it still is. But now it's actually in a form where I look forward to it. You know, all these little surprises and all that stuff. So for example, my body, I'm going to get into that right now. I'm taking this time to use myself as a tool, little trial and errors and stuff. I did make a final decision of not competing next month because it is next month. And with everything going on in my life currently, I'm the type of person, always been, to be self-pressured. As a survival mechanism, I guess, you know, I have to always get to the next step, never really enjoying the current place I'm in, you know what I mean? Always feeling like I need to strive for something more. And if I'm not striving, I'm not doing nothing, I'm failing. And I realized we all have mental health issues, all of us, even the ones that neglect it the most and are like, you know what, I'm good, I'm perfect, I'm this, I'm that. No, you're not. You're human. So because you're human, we come with a faulty, how do you call that? Motherboard, all right? Our brain is almost as a computer, you know what I mean? And throughout life, you know, our brain is operating for so long, coming from systems that are meant to define us, which doesn't allow us to define ourselves, to figure who we are, what moves us, what moves our heart, what moves our soul, you know, we lose touch with that. And because we become so mechanical and stuff, viruses begin to infiltrate, you know, and there you go, can't compute, you know. And so you think you're doing the right thing by going through the motions of life when you find yourself all low and depressed and stuff, and it happens to the best of us, you know. Look at artists, you know, look at actors and actresses. It doesn't matter your position in life. Mental health is something that should never be neglected. And so that's why I'm now taking the time for that. And I realized that understanding my body and the way that it works and, you know, testing it out, you know, trying different little things and whatnot, not only allows me to feel powerful physically, but also mentally and spiritually, because I feel like I'm now honing into that control. I'm giving light to my education, to, you know, the training I have placed my brain in, you know what I mean? Spiritually, I feel like this is my calling, you know, because the fitness, you know, beyond just the physique, but health and fitness in all realms, you know, I feel as a natural healer, you know, being a medic in the past in the military, and the way that I feel when I walk into hospitals, you know, the empathetic ways that I carry within, I'm finally embracing it rather than just being angry at myself or being so soft and all this bullshit. It's not about being soft, you know, it's about having a caring heart and wanting to see the best in everybody, you know what I mean? And so with that, I'm trying to combine that and transform it into my purpose in life. And I feel like in a way, tackling the body helps me or allows me to fulfill my purpose into tackling the mind, if that makes sense. So that's my goal with each and every one of my clients. You know, this is a behavioral change, a transformation that happens naturally occurring, you know, it's very organic. So it's not based on me and drill sergeant you. Like, I don't do that. I'm not the type of trainer that's going to baby you. That's one thing you got to get out of your head when you come into me for business. I need you to understand, you got to come with that intrinsic motivation. You got to have a reason, have a why, have a desire. Not just come here thinking that you're going to lot of gagi and shit, you know, and like skip my programs and all that stuff and think you're going to get results and then turn around and bitch at me and complain to me as to why you're not getting results. That's not my problem. I'm only a guide. I need you guys to understand that. Even if we do not talk at all, you should still be able to see results when I present you the program that I have tailored for you specifically. You feel me? However, we will be talking. We will be catching up. I do need to do check-ins at least once a week, if not every 2 weeks. You know, like, I need to know if you are progressing or if not, because then that would give me feedback to tailor your program. And mind you, there's only so much that I know about every single body. Everybody's different. So one program is not going to be specifically, successful for someone, and then the other, because once again, we're all different. So adjustments may need to happen, just like me. I'm in trial and error still. You know what I mean? What worked for me 2-3 years ago is not working for me anymore. It's all about overload and being progressive with your shit. You feel me? Like, you got to put your body and your mind under eustress. That's the word. Eustress. Eustress is good stress. And the body and the mind adapts. So with the same stress factors, it becomes a habit. It's no longer a stress factor anymore. However, like, for example, I'll give you an example because that does sound a little bit confusing. But like, when you're weightlifting and you want to get stronger and you want to tear up the muscles, you have to change up your program. Otherwise, you're going to hit a plateau. In other words, you're not changing. You're not evolving. You're not getting any better. You're not getting any weaker. You're just staying the same. All right. So with eustress, and look, I got my little notes here from school and stuff. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Shout out to Focus Personal Training Institute. Anybody considering being a personal trainer in New York City, I recommend that school. Highly recommend that school. It's changed my life completely. All right. I should get paid for that. But no, it comes from the heart. I really mean it. That school's been amazing. All right. It's been a blessing for me. Now I'm trying to find the other note that I had here. I had it open and I messed up. All right, cool. So, fitness is not just going to the gym and getting a workout in. All right. Anybody can do that. Anybody can go to the gym, lift some weights. It's no big deal. Right. However, it's a system. It's a process that you have to give yourself in order to be able to yield the results that you desire. And the results, the goals are going to be changing every so often. You're going to get to a point where you want to lose 20, 30, 40, maybe even 5 pounds, right? You reach that. Now what? You lay back, go back to old ways? Nah, you're going to get back, or if not, into a worse position than you was in before. Now is the time for a new goal. This is why you always, in your life, always, and this doesn't only go for fitness, doesn't only go for workouts or whatever, but always in your life, you should have a goal that you're trying to amount towards. You know, a focus, a drive, something that's inspiring you to get up every single day in the morning. You feel me? For me, it comes in this world, and I'm grateful for it. You know, like, every morning I wake up with that drive, that motivation to hit the gym and get stronger, you know, get these muscles going, all that stuff, right? And I'm a little weak because I'm coming off of my period week, you know, shark week. And yeah, my body tends to deplete during that time, which is another thing that I've learned about my body, so that way I'm not so hard on myself and angry during these weeks and frustrated already more than what I already am. The more you understand how your body works, the more you'll work in its favor and not against it, or feel as if it's working against you and get angry when things aren't going the way that you would desire. So I understand my body's needs. I understand the need for recovery. Literally, I've only been to the gym this week, 3 days this week. I'm not going to lie to you. Normally, I train for 5 to 6. Now I tone it down a little bit to 5, so that way I can give myself a little bit more of a recovery phase since I'm not competing now. And I go harder on my weaker points, like harder on those days. However, I missed one leg day. I did legs on Monday. I missed one leg day, and I think it was Chelts. Yeah, I missed my chest. Oh. And normally I'd beat myself up about this. I'd be so tight. I'd be so like unmotivated now, you know, discouraged and all that bullshit. Something I experience a lot of us do, you know. But the more I understand science and the more I realize every day is a new day for a different, decision, a different way. I realize, what? I'm in control. I have this power within to change, to evolve, to rest if I need to listen to my body, to not stick strictly to a routine that's been set in front of me on days that I cannot. You feel me? Like, that's the whole point of flexibility. Let's adjust the schedule. Let's adjust the regimen. The way that I train myself, I'm literally molding myself to become this type of coach that I desire to be, with me first, so I can come to you and be able to help you through that as well. Now, getting to the necessity of focusing on the full picture of fitness. Basically, what I mean by that is there's something called the general adaptation syndrome. It's called the gas syndrome, right? And what that means is that you have to put your body through stress factors, but also recovery phases in order to break your current baseline and raise the bar, all right? I'll go ahead and show you an image real quick so you understand what I'm talking about. I don't know if you can see that, but right there, all right? As you can see in the first box, it says normal stress, homeostasis, or baseline. What that means, we all have a baseline. Our baseline changes depending on our lifestyle, and certain other factors, right? So for somebody like me, my baseline right now is way higher than it was when I started my journey about I've been on this journey for 10 years, but when I really got consistent with it was in 2018, about 3 years ago. So I was over here kicking ass, resting, recovering, eating right, my hydration, all that shit brought me up to where I'm at right now. I still got a big ways to go. I'm nowhere near where it is that I envision this going. However, I am further more than where I was before. All right. That's because of the general adaptation syndrome. So I have my normal stress, my homeostasis, my baseline. Now we have the alarm phase. That's the first 3 weeks of training, right? So during the alarm phase, you start getting weak. Oh, that's not only during the first 3 weeks of training. I take that back. That's every time you fucking train, okay? But it just manifests even greater during those first 3 weeks because your body's starting to adapt to something new, it's like, what the fuck are you doing, It takes 21 days to build a habit. That's why I said the first 3 weeks. So with the alarm phase, your body, your mind, whatever it is that's going through this stress factor, good or bad or whatever, it's like, what the fuck is happening? What is going on, right? I'm not used to this. It dips a little bit. That's where the stress kicks in. You know what I mean? Whether it's like you're lifting weights in the gym and you're like, damn, this feels so intense, but I like it. Let's keep going. You feel me? Either that or it's like your job is stressing you out and your brain can't take it anymore and you've hit that overdrive, right? It could be any stress factor in life, but we're tackling fitness, all right? So next comes resistance. Now you've brought up your baseline. Now you are getting stronger. You are able to lift more. You're able to, whatever the case may be, right? In fitness, you're able to lift a little bit more. You got a little stronger, but you haven't rested at all right? There's no rest or minimal rest. You're not allowing your body to recover in order for it to really be able to sustain that need to be strong enough to withstand, further weight or whatever, right? So there's no recovery. Now you've hit exhaustion. And this is what happens. You go from a normal baseline, dip a little bit to the alarm phase, keep stressing your body out, and you're gonna hit that resistance phase. Ain't no doubt about it. However, without the proper recovery, now you hit an exhaustion phase, which takes you even lower than your initial baseline. I can attest to this. I can attest to this in recent times. The reason why I say that is because shot girl been stressed, all right? I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I left Connecticut, which is the last place I was living at. I was living there with my ex-wife. And we ended up going through a divorce, things didn't work out, whatever. I managed to stay another little bit extra, about a year and a half. After that, found my own place, did my own thing or whatever. It wasn't working out for me. I had no idea where I wanted to go. I just felt that where I've been and where I wasn't meant for me to stay at. So Decided to follow matters of the heart. I've had a calling since I was a very young child, to come over here for some reason or another. Always wanted to come to Florida, and I've never really been able to like vacation, let alone live here. You know what I mean? Until I decided to do away with all the energies that were bringing me down. And when I say that, to be more specific, relationships. Relationships weren't working out for me. It never has. I've always been the type of person to like place somebody else before me until I realized that it's not being reciprocated, which it shouldn't. You should never put somebody else before yourself. And I had to learn that the hard way. But I would always do that. I put myself in the back burner, and if for some reason or another the person becomes conformed with that, and it's not of their fault, I trained them to do so, and I take responsibility for that. Also, I've been with people who are battling within their own demons and shit like that, and there's not much space for another person while they're trying to figure themselves out. So with all of that, despite of all the circumstances I've experienced, now I find myself here. Happy as hell that I'm finally here, because it feels right. Now, how the fuck do I manage? How do I deal? How do I figure out life while I'm here? That was the $1 million question. Blessings upon blessings began to manifest in my life, and I take it. Every time I got an opportunity that felt right within my heart, grabbed it, snatched it, and it's been going pretty well so far. So, finally I'm stable in a job that's consistent for me, brings me clients, and things like that. I get to do the things of the heart and still be able to survive off of that. So I'm happy with that. I had a helping hand from some family, and honestly, immensely grateful for that, because had it not been for that, where the fuck would I be right now? I have no idea. And now, within the last week, I got my own place. So finally, I am getting these, not only toes wet, but the whole motherfucking calf. You feel me? I'm getting it all wet now. I'm dipping it. So, with that said, now I am in a stable position mentally and physically to be able to not only do for myself, but do for you guys. So within this last week, while I've been moving, while I've been transitioning, while I've been, utilizing my finances to cover, the basis for my, needs for survival, I have not had enough, to invest in nutrition and all that stuff the way that I normally would. So I had to make some adjustments. I'm trying my best to keep it as healthy as possible. I try to still count my macros, but I haven't ever since I moved. Reason being is because I'm not trying to endeavor this journey in a stressful fashion. My goal is to reach that level of being consistent with my shit. I realize that when I track, when I follow, when, all that good stuff, I'm able to stay consistent with my shit, and that's when my packs show the most. Right now, got a little flat stomach, but ain't no 6 packs happening right now. You feel me? I'm also coming off of my week, my weekly bitch ass situation. I'm grateful for it, grateful for being a woman, being able to bear fruit, but still, goddamn, does it have to be such a painful process? So I'm coming off of that, and that normally takes off my abs. During that time, you don't really see much going on there, but also I haven't really been consistently eating the way that I normally would. So I'm quite certain I'm eating higher carbs and less protein. I already feel it. My body feels it. I'm going to adjust that. I'm going to fix that for myself. However, step by step, right? Less stress, less negative stress, just trying to create space for my mental health, and then the body will follow. I feel like that's where we fuck up. As a society, we tend to put so much emphasis and focus on what the eyes can see, on the physique, more than we do on the mind. And the mind is what navigates, or not navigates, it's what controls the body. Everything comes from here. So I'm working on that part right now. And 2, launching my online business. Now to explain that, all right? And I think I should cut this part a little bit short, because I know some people are just waiting for this, the little sweet, the little candy of my message. So I am launching my business this weekend. I intended to do it earlier during this week, but I had some final, fine tunings to do, to my programs and how I wanted it to be presented. So just letting you guys know, all right, y'all girl is coming to a screen near you, all right? So not only am I trying to help people locally, I'm also starting to train people in Miami region, outside of the gym, who are not members, things like that. In addition to, you know, the members of YouFit, I'm also like, I just want to help as many people as possible, if that makes sense. I also am now starting my online business, the way that this is going to go for my online crew, because, you know, social media, so might as well tackle this aspect. I create 4 week programs that are 4 week long. Sorry about that. Programs that are 4 weeks long, all right? With a weekly check-in for 30 minutes every week. All right. When I say 30 minutes, it can fluctuate depending on your needs and all that stuff, and my discretion, okay? However, it starts with 30 minutes. For that, it's a package where we will cover basically all your needs. If you got your nutrition down pat, you're like, girl, I just want some ideas for workouts because I'm plateauing, I'm getting bored doing the same shit, but my food's on point. You don't got to touch that. Cool, we'll do that. If you need help with nutrition, I will give you guidance. I am not a dietitian, so let me get that out there. I'm not a dietitian. I do not meal plan, all right? I am a nutrition coach, and that's different. So in other words, I will guide you as to like how to use food to your favor in order to get the results that you want. But I will not tell you specific foods to eat and all that shit. You know why? Because I'm not licensed for that. I'm also not a doctor. I don't know about your ailments. What if you have certain health issues that I'm not aware of, or that you're not even aware of? You know what I mean? Your doctor hasn't even told you. And then all of a sudden something happens, you know, tragic shit happens, because I've heard way more than enough tragic stories. You know, something happens and now I'm to blame. You coming for my life. It's not gonna happen. Not on my dime. So I'm not gonna meal plan for you. So please do not ask me for specific meal plans. However, you want recipes, you want your caloric needs based on your specific situations. You know, you want all this guidance that has to do with nutrition, how to use MyFitnessPal in order to track your calories, everything detailed in a way that you'll understand, not just Google some shit, but in a way you'll understand. I'll also add that on there. You know, like this is like a full program to help you, okay? And also, if you need to tackle a little bit of like mental, like behavioral, you know, changes, if you want to add some yoga, you want to stretch, you got to tell me what your goals are in that initial assessment. Every 4 weeks, we will have an assessment to do. You feel me? So we'll start off with that initial assessment. I'm getting to know you. You're getting to know me. We're going to see if I can help you get to your goals. And then from there, create a plan together. Okay? That's how it all starts. In that assessment, I need you to be as detailed as possible so that way I can tailor the program that is going to be best for you for the next 4 weeks. 4 weeks after that, we will reevaluate towards the end of the week or the end of the month. We will reevaluate. You let me know if you are liking what you're working with so far. If not, if there's anything that I can do to help you adjust for the following phase, then we'll do that. If there's anything I see that needs to be adjusted for the following phase, I will also let you know so that way you're not always like a deer. I don't know how to say that. What the fuck? All right. So that way you're not always lost. Deer in the headlights. You know what I mean? Like you don't know what's going on around you. You're just like, fuck, I'm just following orders. I don't like that. Yes, I was a soldier, so I know what that's like. I'm aiming to do something different. I want you guys to be independent in your world of health and fitness, in your world, okay? I'm only visiting for a moment. I don't want you guys to get used to my help for the rest of your life, but if it so happens that I am your trainer for the rest of your life, I'll take that shit. It's not my goal though. Yes, I like to retain clients, but I also know how life works and shit happens, finances, family, things like that. I want you to at least learn as much as possible during whatever period of time you have with me, so that way you're able to take this shit on your own, if that makes sense. So if for any reason you don't have me in your pocket anymore, you're like, but damn, I got this in the bag. I can do this. I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Jazzy taught me well. That's what I want. So, I'm not trying to like hold nobody here, you know, like you're not stuck in a contract. This is going to be a month-to-month commitment. For my online clients, I'm not going to be doing any virtual like training per se. That's what that time that we have during that one time a week is for. So if we need to go over any exercises, you have any questions, have them ready. This is like you walking into a classroom, ready to learn, ready to ask questions, okay? Have them ready so that when we do meet, that one time a week, that one time check-in, you just hit me with it. You feel me? This is for you to get to your goals faster. And if you're doing it and you're doing it confused and you're not asking questions, A good friend of mine told me one time, closed mouths don't get fed. Make sure you speak, all right? So speak. So this type of plan where, as you can see, is kind of flexible and all that stuff, but it's also like specific, science-based. My starting price right now, I'm doing a little deal. So it's gonna be $120 per month, okay? However, for the first 4 weeks that I have my business launched out there, I am taking off $20 from that, all right? So we're having a nice little promo. It's gonna be $100, and you will be grandfathered into that if you snag a spot now. Starting, the holiday season is around the corner, reminding you guys, starting next month. However, starting next month, the prices are gonna go up by $20, $120, and depending on how things go with the business and shit like that, it may shoot up even more so, okay? So I recommend get started. The sooner the better. Whatever price you start with, that's what you're grandfathered into. If you continue with me on a month to month, consistently, you're grandfathered in. If you break it and then you decide a month, 2 months, 3, 5, 6 months later, you're like, damn, I want to work with you again, you'd have to pay that price then, okay? And you'll be grandfathered into that price. So basically, whatever price you're starting with and you continue on with me, that's the price that you're going to be paying, all right? So that information is in my bio. So go to my bio, all right? Click the link, read up, get educated, and then go ahead and fill out the application if you choose to work with me. I will get back to you as soon as possible. And I'm trying to figure out if there's anything I'm forgetting, because I don't want to forget anything. Walk away from here and be like, damn, I should have said that. You feel me? But yes, I'm getting a lot of feedback online. I love you guys. I'm getting so many feedbacks online about, you know, how I'm motivating you guys. I'm inspiring you guys, you know, like looking as fine as I look, strong as I look. I want to be like that. So I'm at the gym right now and getting it in. Do you understand what that does to my heart? That's the whole point. That's the whole point. That's why I post shit. I want to inspire you. It's not about me. I don't do this shit for my health. With or without social media, I'm still going to live. I don't give a fuck. I'm doing this to help you guys out, to push you guys, to drive you guys, to make you realize that it takes hard work and discipline to get the results, to yield the results that you desire, bro. Like, and that's for anything in life. I'm glad that I'm able to do so through fitness, but anything in life. You want something, dream it, fucking bust your ass till you fucking achieve it. Don't give up. So if I can inspire at least one soul to realize that and put in the effort that it takes to become great, done my due diligence. That's like a domino effect. It'll trickle over, okay? So pass that shit on to your friends. Pass that vibe, pass that energy. Don't be all like selfish with that shit, you feel me? All right? Pass that on. If I'm able to inspire you, bring a friend along, you know, or tell them about my program or whatever the case may be, so that way they can be great just like you, okay? Always trying to grow, always trying to elevate. That's what we were made for, right? We're not made to stay the same. So much love, and I hope to see you on the other side. All right, let's get this fit.
Now turn up.